Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. The Sicilian defense controls the d4 square with c-pawn. Nf3 develops the knight toward the center to prepare for a d4 pawn push, where the knight will recapture if black captures on d4. Nc6 helps control both the d4 square and the e5 square. d4 offers to trade a center pawn for the c5 pawn in exchange for more control of the center and quick development. Cx-d4 gives black 2 central pawns versus 1 central pawn for white. Nx-d4 recaptures the pawn and activates the knight in return for having 1 central pawn versus black's 2 central pawns. e5 takes space in the center, attacks the d4 knight and prepares to develop the dark squared bishop. Nb5 moves the knight to an aggressive square where it threatens Nd6+. d6 defends the e5 pawn and allows the light squared bishop to develop. c4 takes space in the center, supports the b5 knight and controls the d5 square. b7 develops the bishop and takes control of the g5 square. N1c3 develops the knight toward the center, supports the knight on b5 and controls the d5 square. a6 attacks the knight on b5, forcing it to retreat to a3. Na3 retreats the knight to a square where it supports the c4 pawn and may be rerouted back to the center via the c2 square. b6 develops the bishop toward the center, attacks the c4 pawn and controls the d5 square. Nc2 brings the knight closer to the center and controls the squares d4 and b4. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This activates a bishop by developing it off of its starting square. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Takes back. This develops a knight off its starting square, getting it into the action. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling to the same side of the board as the opponent avoids some of the attacking associated with opposite side castling. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. It is the last book move. This connects the rooks, which helps them coordinate together in the future. It is excellent. That's a sensible reply. It is excellent.